took screenshots of my trades as I was trading, and then I'm now talking over my thoughts at the time. I'm hoping this will make it a little bit clearer and it will go a little bit faster. So here we are. You can see the setup here right now. This is the 4-hour chart looking like it's tipping up. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, so you can kind of see that it's looking like it's tipping up a little bit there. The 15-minute chart also looks like it's getting ready to tip up. And on the main chart here, we got to be able to see my indexes here. Oopsies. Take a little while to manipulate that. All right, so okay, so we are looking at the MACD here that is gone up and it's about to tip over and go down. And there's in fact a big red candle. So as you can see, I put in a short order. So I'm going to get in a position hoping that it actually drops and goes down. Okay, so then the next screenshot is that I've gotten in. You can see where I got in here. I do not have a stop order in or a exit order in. It's just now tipping over. It's gone up and down. All right, now it's starting to drop. And you can see where it's sitting at about $100 profit here. I went ahead and said that I would like to get out at this point here, which I think is fairly conservative. But that would be a decent trade for me. That's a pretty decent profit. So I put in my exit order, hoping that it will drop down to that point. Still no stop orders. Okay, it's hesitating, and the screenshot that I took here is an example. You'll see it kind of stop and hesitate. Oops, there we go. Here we go. Oh goodness. And form these white candles, or even the opposite color that what you hope is going to happen. This is all part of the normal series of zigzaggy patterns that it makes, and you got to watch them because, you know, obviously they can start going the wrong way pretty quickly. But don't freak out if they do start like hesitating or even going the wrong way for a little while. Okay, and the reason that I'm pretty confident in this trade, obviously, is because the MACD is looking like it's going to curl over and tip down. Looking really good there. Okay, and there we go. Dropped all the way down, and I'm out now at a $287 profit and waiting for the next move. Now we can see here that it is bounced off of that point. It actually dipped below it just a smidge, which is not surprising. Here's that yellow line right down here. You can kind of see where it is in relation to that. And the MACD is not dropped down very far, and it's starting to curl up a little bit. Waiting to get in. Okay, that's a pretty decent big green candle there. So I'm thinking, okay, going long at this point is probably not a bad thought. I'm not in yet at this point. Over a little bit there. All right, I'm not in the position quite yet. In fact, I want to be in one, but I'm going to wait for a good opportunity to get in. And like, remember what I was talking about, when things start going one way, they'll often hesitate or even drop down a little bit. So I'm waiting for one of those drop downs before I actually get in a position. And there we go. You can see that big green candle dropped down, formed another one over here. And so I went ahead and put in an order to get in. And the MACD also is starting to curl over a little bit more. Still, I'd like to see a little bit more curl, generally speaking. But I'm seeing that the pattern of going up is already developed. So I don't know. I don't think it's a bad place to get in. Okay, so So I went ahead and placed a stop here because if it did drop below that yellow line, I would not want to maintain this position. I do think it's going to go up. That's why I made the trade. But just to be on the safe side, to manage my risks, I placed my stop order. And it's going up. Now I've placed an exit order at a very decent profit, a good resistance level, and I'm hoping that it will go up to that point and then I will go ahead and get out. It may go beyond that, I don't really know, but that's a good place to get out. And I've also raised my stop here as the movement goes up, as the candles go up. And look at this, the MACD is just now starting to turn, and already it's gone up quite a ways. This tells me there's a lot more momentum, a lot more movement to be had before it stops going up. All right, continuing to go up, still turning, raised my stop to lock in some profits. Okay, and it started to hesitate right here. And I hadn't quite gotten to that blue line yet, but I thought, well, I'm very happy. My goodness, it's over $200 profit. So I went ahead and put in my limit order to get out right there, raised my stop just to double check and make sure I wouldn't miss out there, because I would hate to make that much profit and then lose it all. So got out. The risk with putting two orders so close together like that is if you can't get that one canceled as soon as this one gets filled, then it's very, very likely that it will drop down and execute that order, and then all of a sudden you'll be in a short position, which you may or may not want to be in. So normally when I have them that close together, I like to have them linked. I do not have them linked at this point. But anyway, it was moving slow enough because, as you can see, it is, oops, well, I'll just tell you. This is before opening bell this morning here. I believe it was like 8:52 at this point in time. Alrighty. So there you can see I had gotten out. It actually ended up going above the blue line, and then it's starting to drop down again. I'm definitely getting the feeling on this particular morning that we are seeing an uptrend, and you can see that with the blue line here. It has been going pretty flat. Let me go back over here and look at these other charts. It's been pretty flat, as you can see through here, for the last few days. And like I pointed out, the 15-minute chart and the 180-day 4-hour chart down here are both showing the MACDs going up. So you can actually see right here on this chart, the resistance level was right where it stopped. And so that's not terribly surprising that it stopped right there and then kind of took a little bit of a dip. So anyway, I do think, you know, this 15-minute chart is downtrending, but the trend is in the process of changing and starting to go up. And as you can see on the 4-hour chart, we've talked about this in other videos that I've taken, but this purple line right here is the bottom line of the great big channel that it has been forming lately. And I've been waiting for it to start going up. I started waiting for it right here, but it dropped down. And then I thought, okay, well, right here was going to start going up, and then it dropped down. And here we are again, and I'm still thinking it's very possible it's going to go up. The other thing that I see here too is we do see a divergence. The RSI is a little bit higher here than it is here, even though the price action has gotten lower here and here. So you can see this is angling up, this is angling down. When you see that, that means it's gaining momentum going up, and the likelihood of it going up is pretty good. You did not see that previously over here. So this is new, and that's exciting. I'm thinking, you know, it's not going to be today probably, but it could well be in the next week or two that it's going to start going up, and it'll go up a long, long ways if it does. And anyway, that's just my That's just my guess. Obviously, I could be wrong, but that's my guess at this point. We'll have to just kind of see what happens. Okay, so where were we? All right, I am at a $512 profit, waiting for a good opportunity to get in. And like I said, because of all that stuff that I was showing you over here, I am inclined to think that we are in an uptrend today. And so I'd rather take a long position. And so I'm waiting for a good opportunity to get in here. This is definitely not it. Still waiting. And just to help you kind of keep track of where I am, I put in a blue arrow right where I started trading this morning. So my first trade was a short on this leg right here. Second trade was a long on that trade right there. And you can see just in that little movement, I was able to make over 500 in profit. That's why I get so excited about trading this. All right, next frame. It continued to go up, did not drop very far, so I went with it. I decided to do a long. However, as soon as I made this trade, I kind of realized I jumped again. I got in too soon. The MACD, the RSI, everything was up too far. And even though I still think it's gonna track upwards, I got in at the wrong place. So as you can see in this screen, I actually have a linked couple of orders to lock or to manage my risk. But here, when it started to drop, which is no big surprise, I went ahead and canceled my stop order. And the reason I did that was because I'm pretty certain that we are going to be going up and I'm going to get back my losses, and I didn't want to get stopped out. So looking at this screen, I kind of made a determination that when it got down to that gold SMA, which by the way is my 50 SMA, I probably wouldn't be surprised if it got down to that point. It matched the lows over here. But if it went down too much farther than that, I would start to get worried. So there it goes. It kind of bounced off of that point. It's showing like perhaps it may make a turn. This could just be a little bit of a zigzag and it may drop further. I wasn't really sure. Watching it kind of cautiously here. All right, now we have a second green candle and it's looking, the MACD is starting to make that turn up. RSI is turning up. So I went ahead and put in my stop, because I don't think it's going to go down any farther than it is. I think it's on its way up. Okay, so upward it goes. I've almost gotten back all of my losses at this point. Even though it's hesitating right here, it looks like the MACD is just now crossing, going up. I'm pretty happy with this position. Okay, I got back up to where I had gotten in, and it started to hesitate again. We're at a resistance level right here. I went ahead and just got out. I got out, I think, at one tick above where I had gotten in before. And I just want to wait till I get a better position. And this is not it. This is at the peak. Even though the MACD may be turning up farther, it's at the peak. It's just a bad time to get in. So I got out, and I haven't canceled it yet, but I did cancel that order. Okay, so now we're seeing possibly peaking out and possibly dropping. Everything here is looking like it could drop a little ways. And I wanted to trade on that after this big candle here. I decided, yep, I think it's going to drop. I don't think it'll go down super far. As you can see, I put my limit order pretty high up there. But even so, that is a little less than $200, maybe $175, something like that. So that's good money. That's worth trading. So I went ahead and placed my linked orders. So my stop is in place, waiting for it to drop. And it's starting to hesitate going down. Like I said, I'm kind of trading against the trend right now with this trade. So I kind of expect that. It's not super worrying at this point, but it's something to, not necessarily jump out of either. So I'm waiting it out. Okay, now it's come up again, but again, it has not come above that red candle, that great big red candle that formed. You can see, I hope you can see. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit further. Okay, so you can see here that there is a line right there. I believe it's at 178.75 or 179. It has not gone up above that. So it's kind of hit a little bit of a ceiling there. And I'm hoping that it doesn't. I'm hoping that this is all the breather it's going to take before it drops. And the MACD is kind of bearing that up as well. It's pretty high and it's kind of thinking about dropping. The reason it's hesitating so bad is because I'm trading against the trend. Okay, now we've got a big red candle. That's very encouraging. Still has not dropped below that last red candle, so who knows? May not even be quite there yet. MACD's just crossed. And again, I'm like sitting at a break-even sort of point. I haven't really gained or lost much of anything. Still waiting for this trade to bear out. All right, now it's formed a second red candle, and now it's dropped below this big red candle. And I raised up my limit order just a little bit because I thought, well, I'd be happy with this. I think that's maybe as far down as it's going to go, and I don't want to miss getting out. I think I also lowered my stop to lock in a little bit less risk. Okay, now it's dropped down, and you can see it's almost filled. And there we go, I'm out. $650 profit, 4 trades. All right, so now if you look at the 15 and 5-minute charts, they completely disagree. So these two charts right here, this one looks like it's going down. That's the 5-minute chart, shorter term. And this one looks like it's going up. So I would say it's not a good time to trade. I'm happy with where I'm sitting right now at $650 profit with 4 trades, all of them profitable. So that was a good place to stop. But I do want to make a prediction. And this is what I said. I put a box here. I said, I'm guessing it will drop down into this range here. And I can't bring the box over to the right because that's like a blank space there and it won't let me put drawings over there. So we're looking at like the 160 to 165 range here that I said it was going to drop to. And then it was going to go up for the rest of the day and next week. I'll bet it's going to go up. All right. So let's go to the live chart and see where it is. Now it's after the opening bell. Okay, this is where we left it. And I'm seeing this for the first time as well. Okay, it dropped down and down, and look at that. You can see that level right there was the same point that it went to, and it's within my box. And it's starting to go up. Let's see if it continued to go up. Okay, well, that may be the bottom. It's a little bit tenuous right at the moment. In fact, it looks like it might drop a little bit before it goes up again. But yes, that's exactly what happened. We'll continue to watch that for the coming week, but since this is Friday, this is going to be the end of the trading for the week, and I'll see you next time.